So to get to that point about how Dance Dynamics started, it's probably worth talking a little bit about my background in dance. I spent 10 years at one of Australia's top ballet schools. The best of the best in Australia would dance at this ballet school. I loved dancing, but the culture of the school was, for me, heartbreaking. It was a lot of fear. The teaching methods were archaic, and unfortunately back then was sort of a norm. These days you would call it abusive, and so competitive that it was all about being the best. Over time, my love for dance started to fade, and it became more about pleasing others. I was doing lots of competitions. By the age of 10, I had 8 solo routines. The culture of the school really did affect me mentally long term. I changed at 14 years to Marie Walton Academy of Dance, which is now known as the National College of Dance. That was a really good 2 years of full-time training, and it was quite inspiring. Marie was wonderful, and you felt safe in that environment. Unfortunately for me, though, having spent 10 years at the previous school, a lot of the negativity, the mental habits were very much ingrained. All those feelings of insecurity, inadequacy, being so dependent on just wanting outside, like wanting the approval and feeling very emotionally volatile, it didn't really show up externally yet. I was really containing those feelings within, and a lot of self-doubt kept spiralling and spiralling. I remember walking off stage, and I remember having a moment where I looked in my mum's eyes, and I made that choice that I'm going to quit. That was really hard. And the only way I could feel like I could regain a sense of who I was to quit. So after that, I went on a journey because I was getting anxiety, I was getting panic attacks. I was quite lost. And I started studying meditation and just really wanted to understand what was going on with me. So if I could understand my mind, if I could understand what went wrong, why I didn't actualize this dream I had, then maybe I could feel good again. So the next couple of years was all about reclaiming this sort of lost power I had. And I really wanted to then also help other dancers that were performing competitively. I approached my teacher, Marie Walton, and I said to her, I think it would be a great idea if the full-timers could learn some meditation. Just something where they can tune in and find that sense of connection and know that no matter what the outcome of their performance is, they're okay. Because it's not about perfection in the moment, it's about a process and about a journey. So I started teaching meditation to the full-time ballet students, and that was 1990. Actually, that was 2000. That was the beginning of 2000. Marie one day then said to me, Kate, there's a lady in Byron Bay. She wants to know if there's anyone available to move up to Byron Bay immediately and take over her school. She's keeping 18. Actually, I didn't know the number at the time. She's keeping a handful of students just to do ballet. She wants someone to put them through their ballet exam. So I immediately said no. And as I walked to my car, this little voice said, say yes, go back. And I rang this lady, Sui, and the rest is history. I moved up 6 weeks after that phone call. She was asking me to come and teach the students, to put them through their exam. So I did that. I met them. I fell in love with them straight away. They're beautiful, beautiful girls, and I remember all of them to this day. When I moved up, my mum and dad paid my first 6 weeks' rent. They paid the bond. They gave me a bed, a fridge, a TV, and they said to me, that's it. You've got to make this work. Politely said, don't ask us for money. This is it now, And so at 19 years old, not only was I getting my qualifications, putting myself through the study, starting a dance school from scratch pretty much, living by myself, and I had to somehow work out how to make enough money to survive. The first concert at the end of 2000 was at the Presbyterian Church Hall in Bangalore, and I was petrified, absolutely petrified, to the point where I was vomiting out the back, and my dad said something quite poignant to pull me out, and he was firm, and he looked at me and he said, "You need to stop. You need to pull yourself together, because this isn't about you anymore. This is about your students." And it zapped me back in, and it was something that I use to this day, even with the students when they're nervous about going on stage. Now I will say to them, it's great that you're nervous because it means you care in your art form, and that's beautiful. Now remember though, this isn't about you. As a performer, you're being of service to your audience. And as a teacher, we're being of service to our students. So it felt so important to me to create a school that was about a space where students could know themselves, be themselves, and then express themselves. I think a really important part of teaching, it's so important to overcome your own issues and to not project them onto the kids, and to honour the next generation of children. Teaching from the heart, and you can still be firm. Like, you can be firm, fair and friendly, and firm is not mean. Firm is having really nice, clean boundaries so children have that space to thrive, and that is really important. And that's been such an essential part of Dance Dynamics and of my experience of wanting children to thrive in the industry. And also, not all of them are going to do anything with dance. Majority don't. And that's the thing. We're not necessarily trying to create dancers. We're helping kids build their self-esteem and become healthy adults. And those that those that love dance enough, and we want to provide excellent training here, we always have, so that they do, if they want to take their dancing to the next level, they've got that opportunity to do that. I feel like we have nailed it, to be able to have a school that is inclusive, that does have the personal development side of it, but then also creates the success story for those that want the career. And the big thing is, it's to create an environment where students are intrinsically motivated. They're not motivated because I'm telling them they have to do something or else. They're motivated because they want to do it from within. And I actually could. There's a part of me that could keep doing this forever because I love the kids, and yeah. But I felt like it was time for me to explore other dreams that I do have. And so to do that, I knew I had to let go of this one. It was opportune. It was bizarre, Amy, the new owner, being in the position she was in, and knowing and seeing her work and seeing the beauty of her soul and who she is, and had that hunch that she can actually step into this without feeling like it's all going to collapse. She can step into this and take it to a new level. And so I'm really excited for her, and I'm really excited for the students to have that opportunity, because I believe in Dance in Byron Bay, and the hard work we've done to get it to this level's been, it feels like it's been astronomical. Measuring yourself against others, it's a waste of time. Don't do it. And you got this. You got this.